Hello, hello. Welcome back to my own sheet. Nice to see you again. Are you looking forward to the next year too? Aren't New Year's something exciting? I, for one, am looking forward to it so much. That's why I'm excited to film today's video. Last time, I was reviewing the Tittle and Jot journal, and now it is time to finally start it. To start journaling and to prepare for the new year. I can't wait any longer, so let's get right into it. Today I'll be setting up my yearly spreads and lists. Though before I dive into that, I'll start with the very first pages of my journal. Last year, I added a little lettering on the first page and I loved it so much. I just had to redo it. I'm also gonna write the year this bullet journal correlates to on it. And of course, I'm filling out the pre-made contact info page. I want it to be returned to me if I lose it after all, right? Not gonna show you much of this page though, for obvious reasons. So I kind of pre-planned my bujo already. Since I have less pages compared to last year, I came to the conclusion that first, I know my key bullets, so there is no need for a key page. And second, I rarely ever use my index, so I probably won't need one this year as well. And third, I never made a grid spacing cheat sheet, so that's out of the question too. That's why I start this year's bullet journal with a self-visualization page. It's the vision of who I want to become throughout the year. I kept it very simple last time, and I plan on doing it that way again. So all I did was to use my new stamp that I recently got and to place it on the left side of the page while I left space on the right for the header. My future log is usually more of a birthday calendar and to remind me of some bigger things I have to do that month. That's why I only use a double page for it. To me, that's totally enough. I reference it at the beginning of every month, so I'm up to date and aware of what's up next, so I can plan these events into my month. The design is also very minimal and I haven't changed much about it compared to the last year. Okay, well, the September looks horrible. You gotta fix it. Also, it bothers me just a little bit that you can see through the stamp of the self-visualization page, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Next up, we have the quarterly reviews. And first thing, I fucked up before I even properly started. So I took these scrap papers of, well, brown craft paper, cut them into size, just approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect, I guess. And I took my white gel pen to write the actual title on it. Anyways, every 3 months I review how I felt in general, how productive I was, how on track I was with my routines, habits, goals, as well as what I can improve or what has to change. When I first started, it used to be a structured review with things like health, personal work, spirituality, etc. Over 2 pages per quarter. But I noticed that I just want to have a broad overview of how I felt and maybe highlight some important developments. I just wanted to capture the feeling of the quarter, basically. A simple text is enough for that. For everything more detailed, I use my diary anyway. And since it's a simple review, I also chose a simple design. The header was actually supposed to be more simple than that, but well, I had to cover up mistakes, so... Part of my yearly setup also is the so-called wants list. It's a list of things I want, who would have thought? On it I list things I wanted or where I decide to impulse buy them, like stationery, clothes, tech items, etc. Then I'll put it on the list, and whenever I wish for that item again, I tick it off at the sidebar. And as soon as I reach 5 ticks, I allow myself to buy it. This keeps me from impulse buying hordes of stationery or clothes that I will never use. I also like to keep track of the books I read and the movies and series I watched throughout the year. To make it a little bit more interesting, I usually add the date when I read or watched it and a little rating. Nothing big, just something I like to be able to look back on. I like to add some doodles to make it a little bit more interesting, though I didn't plan that into my watched list, just the books I read list, as you will see on the next page. As a little bit of explanation, on the left side, I will write the title of the movie or series. Then I write down who I watched it with, the start date, and the finish date. If it's just a movie and I watch it in one day, I will only track the finish date though. And at last, I will fill out the rating. It's usually from 1 to 10. On the books I read page, I also fill out the title of the book, obviously, then the author, when I started, and when I finished, the pages or audio minutes, and at last the rating from 1 to 10 again. My growth tracker is there to track my height. Just kidding, I'm not growing anymore. But my Instagram and YouTube hopefully will. So I'm tracking my progress on here. It's just a simple table, it's nothing really. And last but not least, the goal spread. I restructured my goals this year, the layout as well as the process of goal setting. First, I noticed that my goals shift during the year. I didn't want the page to look messy, so I split the pages. The first page is for the goals from January to June. The second page is for my goals from July to December. So around the end of June, I will take a look at my goals again and check if they are still what I want. If I have the need to change anything, I will do so accordingly on the next page. I also noticed that last year many goals weren't even touched. I didn't do anything on them. Some goals just have been more important than others. So this year, I don't have goals in every category like last year. This year, I only set goals in areas of primary focus. Everything else will have to fall into place. My current areas of focus are my personal work, aka all of this, Instagram, YouTube, etc. My official work, aka my apprenticeship. Finances. I just love budgeting and everything that has to do with it. And my health, both mental and physical. I will try to make my goals SMART, I guess you have heard of it. Make it specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. But to be honest, that's a topic for another video. If you're interested, just let me know. I'm generally happy how these spreads turn out. Mistakes were fixed, everything looks good and minimal. It's a nice start. I'm always excited for a new bullet journal anyways. Sometimes when you're in the middle of a bujo, sometimes gets a bit boring or even a drag. Starting a new one always gives me new energy, new motivation and inspiration. I'm always excited to start a new one. And I really hope that 2022 will be a better year than the last one. Not just concerning my bullet journal. You all know what I mean. So that's it. At least for now. I hope you enjoyed my setup. If you'd like, you're welcome to leave a like or to subscribe to my channel. My Instagram is also linked in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much and see you next time.